tonight.
Hello everyone, it's Aron here, and today we're gonna be making this beautiful and awesome Trapcode from transition. So it's actually this transition. I'll play it again. Some really smooth looking particles flowing in each other and making the transition from one clip to another. I'll be going fairly fast as this is a long tutorial. So I open up After Effects, pre-compose these layers, so pre-compose them, this one, and we're gonna be making a new composition. Looks okay. Then drag these two in, yeah, drag them in, and make the transition start from, let's say, here, so 21, so let's say at 22, and hold shift to snap it. It's really nice feature, so shift, so it immediately goes to the point where the marker is if you're replacing it. So hit T for opacity, hit the keyframe, and then this one will be starting at 0. Hit shift page down to go 10 frames further, this one at 100 and this one at 0. So a really standard opacity transition. So we're gonna be pre-composing these two layers. Ctrl Shift C, call this one transition. Okay, and we're gonna be making a copy of it, but you don't want to copy it into here, so Ctrl D. But what happens if you change, for example, this thing, if you turn that off, it will be automatically turned off in the other layer as well. So we don't want that, so delete it and make a copy in here. So in here, Ctrl D, rename it as transition, maybe map. Then we're gonna be bringing in Trapcode form, layer, new solid, call it form. It's always nice to name your layers. Trapcode form, base form, make it 1280 by 720, so it's the magnitude of our footage. The size 0. Particles something around 400 by 240 looks fine. Particles in Z1 is enough, and then the particle size, pop it up into 2. The layer maps, first drag the transition map in it, turn it off, and click this one. The layer maps for the color and alpha, I'm gonna be using the layer we just dragged in, so the transition map functionality RGB alpha to RGB alpha, map them over XY. So now what happened? It didn't really happen. XY. Okay, so what happened is Trapcode form is using as its color reference this layer, so it's, yeah, already looking really good. So then now displacement map for an extra Z Z depth, new axis, gonna be mapping it over XY and use for the Z transition map. So little bumps will be created, and this is based on the edges between colors. So whenever there's an edge, there will be like a smooth bump in the Trapcode form map. So now the spherical fields, I can show you a bit. No, the fractal fields is gonna be what we're gonna be playing with. XYZ linked. If you displace it, it's gonna be looking like this. You can play with the F scale. It's gonna be creating more waves, so it's actually some waves, but leave it at 9. Looks okay for me. Flow Z, yeah, I can make them flow like a C or something, but you should keyframe the shit out of it, but I don't need it. 0 is enough. I'm gonna be creating our transition from the transition to the form map. Hit T for opacity on both layers. T, yeah. Make it start it at 100 and hit shift page down. Wait, I'm starting this one at wait. The actual transition is at 22, so I'm gonna be starting it at, make it a fairly long one, 21, so a total of 2 seconds for this nice transition should be fine. So in here the opacity hit is 100, hit shift page down and shrink it down to not totally to 0 but 40, and this one will be starting always hitting shift so it automatically snaps to the keyframe. Start at 0, keyframe it and make it 100. Okay, then go to 23 where we're gonna be ending it. 23, make it, keyframe it, shift page down, 0 and pop it up to 100. Okay, that looks good. Now something else I want to do is, why I did this to opacity to 40 is because I want to make a slight change to this map by hitting effect blur, so it isn't really a black background but isn't the whole yeah, transition map behind it, so yeah, it will look smooth at the end. So hit T, hit keyframe it just, then go to about, wait, I'll solo it. You see what happens? So it just blurs out. You can blur it out to, yeah, 151, yeah, it doesn't matter. And we're gonna be doing the same in here. So keyframe it, hit U to reveal all the keyframes, keyframe, shrink it down. Okay, then another thing is that we're gonna be playing and solo it with the actual, yeah, it is a bit flat, so we're gonna be playing with the Trapcode form settings. So we're gonna be starting at wait, displacement mode, XYZ individual, and shrink that down to 0. Gonna be playing with the displacement map in Z. We're gonna be playing with the strength and with the disperse settings. Okay, so hit keyframe for strength and one here. Hit U to reveal all the keyframes again. Then go to about here and make them, let's say, disperse 1 is really enough. What disperse does is it creates a really like random TV-ness thing, but 1 is enough. Strength, no, I made it start at 50 but started at 0. Okay, the strength 50 is okay. Disperse, disperse, I'm gonna be dispersing it at 1 in the middle, so it will look a bit smoother. Then another thing you want to do is to start the actual settings a bit earlier than the opacity coming in, so a bit earlier, so you don't have the blur transition to be totally revealed. So this looks good. We'll just have to pop it up, I think. Wait, brutal health. Pop the DC displays up. wait, I'm gonna be seeing what I did right there. Yeah, I think you'll have to move this backwards and this a bit forward. No, yeah, these, so it will give, no, damn, what am I doing here? Just these, yeah, did it well, like so. Okay, that looks fine. Okay, that looks good, but we want some more randomness, I guess. So some more displacement and strength. What can I do? Like this, like this, and then at the end do the opposite thing and also move them a bit forward. So hit the keyframes and shrink them down to 0, 0 and 0. Okay, now the camera, so the camera turning around the scene, but we want to use a null object as the reference for the camera's position. So call it, name it camera control, make a new layer, a camera layer, okay, and parent it to the camera control. Then make this one 3D, very important. Hit R for rotation, go to the start. We're gonna be making this at the start, and keyframe the Y rotation in the middle where the actual transition happens. Make it, yeah, we can do it like this or like this, it's what you want. I think what you I made it turn like this, like right. We can now do the opposite thing, so to the left will be like this. Okay, make it 90 degrees, so the half, and at the end make it 180 degrees. And so now the only thing you see at it is that it is actually not in the, as it's the camera turns around the scene, it will be not projected right, and it's actually scaled not in a good way. So the sniper is here as it actually should be at the other side. You see, here's the couch, but the couch is at the left. So what we're gonna be doing is, in the transition map, go through the second clip, hit S, unscale them, and make it -100. Okay, that should look good in our actual. Make it full, yeah, so that looks better normally. Another thing we can do is add a shine layer, so layer new adjustment layer, make it shine, so effect Trapcode shine, in the middle make it shine not that heavy, and make the transform mode add, so you can pop it up to 100, maybe this is enough, but keyframe it as always, so start at 0, keyframe it, go to the middle, go to 100. Yeah, it looks okay. You can also play with the actual settings of the shine, so you can colorize. You can use another one, so I think I used electric, it's blue. You can use whatever you want, spirit. You can use the colors of USA or RGB. I like to use just fire, looks great. Then at the end hit U to reveal them, and at the end shrink it down. Also you can change the point from where it's coming, so the source point. So go to the start, keyframe it, and make it start like say on the right and end left. Okay, so we got some more randomness. Another thing is that we want to be white in the particles, so in camera hit, just hit this one, transform, and then the position, so I should have hit P, keyframe it, and in the middle, yeah, right, so right between the particles, and at the end copy this one. I don't know the values of it. Okay, so that looks great. Yeah, you see these effects, these nice really bright particles. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, yeah, I think it's finished. Okay, can we preview it? Looks great. I don't think I have to explain something else. Some things you can do is play with the flow, so you don't get always the same waves, so you get some randomness in the waves. And you could also use a music, so make it in here, and you can use it in the foam layer for the bumps. So they're actual coming some bumps from the song, so where the bass is hit there'll be a bump. And to do this you have to open up Audio React, make this layer, and as reactor 1 you can use whatever you want, but fractal field is nice, and map it Z outwards. I have to check if this moment, like for example, I think there's some bass and stuff right here, so some bumps are coming from the, yeah, it's too strong, I guess. I have to play around with it. Form, make it 50 maybe. So I'll preview it. And so now the waves you see are coming from the strength of the audio. Okay, that looks good. Okay, let's see what we've got. Boom, 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 boom. You see the thing she's singing? Yeah, you can see it actually in the waves of the fractal fields. Okay, I think this awesome transition thingy is done. And if you want another tutorial on maybe these letters, yeah, if they are popping up, these letters, or I can, yeah, make it a little thing on the what I did. See the little smooth pen tool, or maybe the end. I don't know what you want. Yeah, I know there's some smooth transition in here. You You see it? It's the gun transforming in the other one. Okay, I hope you liked it, and see you next time.